Welcome back to Avian Games. This is Avian.
This is Games. I'm Games. We're trying out a new thing today. We're going to do a little podcasty kind of style video. It's probably going to be pretty boring on the screen. It's mostly supposed to be just so you can like listen to it. I kind of came up with this idea in the car. I drive 2 hours like every other day, and I'm always like, I just want to listen to a podcast. So I was like, Chris, let's start a podcast. And so we thought maybe we'd just throw it in there, see if it does anything. It probably won't, but let's just let's try it out, okay?
I think this is a great idea. I also like listening to stuff Yu-Gi-Oh related, but I usually just listen to like a progression series and just like don't pay much attention, you know what I mean?
That's like the nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
As long as I'm hearing card names.
A progression series.
Yeah, what'd you think I said?
A percussion series.
I listened to a drum line.
That's what I thought you said.
I just listened to a drum line for 2 hours every time I drive.
Well, for context, Chris, it was a music major in college and has a music degree, so I was like, that's fair. Oh my
that would
God.
be so funny. It's like solo snare drum.
Well, yeah. Well, now I understand what you're saying. So a progression series, yes. A lot of the time I pop on like M. Cole or I pop on like House of Champs and I'm listening to like Market Watch when he's talking like pick up these penny stocks or something like that.
Yeah,
but those are too short.
Yeah, those are always like
15
minutes in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well that's it.
No, yeah, I feel with you. And sometimes I feel like you just got to hear stuff talked about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just got to sometimes it just takes one person being like, "Hey, I've been playing blank," and then you're like, "You know what? I've never checked out blank."
Well, you know
all of
what?
a sudden,
Honestly,
you're a blank main.
Exactly. Well, actually, what started that for me, or the other day, so I was going through my cards, and I picked up a freaking
ton of Elemental Warriors.
No, battles. What is it? What is that? No, Brothers of Legend. Whatever that fucking thing. So I bought a bunch of that set. Didn't pull anything because, of course, didn't pull anything. But I pulled this one card that I was like, "What the hell is this?" I've never seen this card. I think it's the only printing. Have you heard of it? It's called Hidden Fangs of Revenge.
I don't think so. Okay,
so let me read you the effect and tell me what you think. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear this? Like, because it's specially made for one deck. Like, they probably there's no way they thought of any other deck in mind when they made this card. Okay, so neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Already amazing. It's a quick play spell.
Okay, I was gonna say I hate it already.
When a monster declares an attack, destroy 2 set cards you control. And if you do, negate that attack. Then if any monster cards were destroyed by this card's effect and sent to the graveyard, choose one and destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible with attack less than or equal to that monster's defense. Then it becomes the end phase. You only can activate one Hidden Fangs once per turn.
What the fuck?
Is that not like artifact out the ass support?
What the hell?
I know. I was like, oh my God. It's just 2 goblins. It literally is just 2 goblins is the picture.
I thought you were saying anything. I thought before you were saying it like is one specific archetype and it like helps artifacts by chance or something like that.
No, this is like literally catered to artifacts, but at the same time, so I've been debating. I'm like, oh man, I want to make this deck. Like it's going to be, I feel like it's got to be bonkers. But at the same time, I've also been hearing talks of whatchamacallit getting banned.
What card?
I've heard talks of Scythe being banned.
What? Why? What deck is playing Scythe right now? Why would Scythe be banned?
I thought that was a big card that was being banned.
I mean, I haven't paid attention to any ban list things, but I haven't, like, noticed anything bad. I mean, I guess there is a combo. It's like, I forget what deck does it now, but you can end on, like, a Dagda, and then the Dagda sets Scythe. But, like, I don't know.
Someone put something in their ban list video. I thought it was either Simo or something like that. We're talking about Scythe being just, like, with Sanctuary not being a fair card these days. I mean, I guess any like block like that is pretty frustrating, but
yeah. I mean, I've never noticed. Like, I've never had a problem with it. I mean, I don't think now's the time to start fucking banning Scythe. I mean, at this point, like,
of all the cards, I don't think that's the one that needs it. I'm more of on the Mystic Mind till I die. Like, I don't understand why that was ever a card.
Yeah, I guess I do. Like, I have seen decks make Dagda and then set Scythe with it. You know what I mean? But like, I don't think that's like crazy enough to fucking hit it. But I guess it might. I don't fucking know. Who knows? I'm not Konami. They fuck up every ban list, so. Sure.
Every ban list? You think they screw up every ban list?
Yeah.
I
cannot think of a time where I've just been like, yes, fuck yeah, except for something being unbanned, which is not that doesn't make a ban list right. That just fixes a previous mistake. That is like inevitably what it does.
That's a tough one for me because I feel like Konami does a decent job with banning things, but at the same time, I think they also are so money driven. I don't like. There's so many things I think could be banned, but they're not going to.
I'm definitely on the co-money boat. You know, you ever seen that thrown around?
Where yeah.
Like, I think the ban list is basically just for selling stuff. I get sometimes like, yes, a ban list. It's nice. You see one card on there where you're like, oh, thank God, fuck that card. But like, I don't know. The past like 2 years, I can't think of a ban list that I've been like, this is the best one ever. Because you know what the best one ever would be?
There was one.
What was it? I don't know.
Oh God, there was one. It was either last year or the year before, and we were like, "Damn, that was a good one." What was it? Maybe when they? Well, I think this probably goes back. Was it maybe when they unbanned whatchamacallit and put it back to 3? Called by the Grave.
That's the only thing I could think of. That's what I was gonna mention before. Is also like I was gonna say like a good ban list would be them unbanning fucking Called by the Grave.
Yeah,
why? That was like the best Yu-Gi-Oh's ever been. I think. Called by a 3.
Wasn't that Sky Striker though? Sky Striker format.
Yeah, and a lot. I think it was. I don't know, but a lot of people want that format back. That's a huge format. Like on Reddit, like so many people want like toss format, like Thunder Dragon, Orcus, Sky Striker, Salamangreat.
I'd like to see some of those back, but Sky Striker, I don't. That deck is degenerate. It is so degenerate. I cannot stand facing it. Drones is such a stupid card.
I don't think it's
Widow Anchor is so annoying. I hate all
Honestly,
of that.
I don't really have much of a problem with Sky Striker.
Oh, Sky Striker is disgusting. I'd like to see Salad go back all the way.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I own Salad, and I don't even care that much. Salad's one of those decks I own, but like, when am I playing it? You know what I mean?
I feel like Salad is like such a perfect starting deck for like anyone coming into the game.
I think so too.
I feel like
Salad's a really
I think it is the most perfect. That kind of makes me think of like structure decks. Like when you come down to structure decks, that's probably the best structure deck that has come out in the last like 10 years.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think it's the best. Like, I think it's also this might have been what you're saying. I think it's a really good like deck for a new player too.
Yeah,
but it's also like a little bit hard because there are like combos to it. You know what I mean? But like, I think if you understand, I think it's a good first competitive deck. Like, I think you should have like a little pet deck where you learn the game, but then Salad is a great like. Okay, I want to spend $50 and go to a locals and actually have a chance, like Salad.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely perfect. You learn that deck on like as your first deck. I think that'd be super easy to learn. You're going to win some games, you're going to lose some games, but it's like super. The combos aren't really terribly hard to learn. You get a little taste of Link, you get some Xyz in there. I think. I mean, even if you just buy the structure deck, you get Ash. Like you get a hand trap to like function with and learn how to use that. Like it is a very good deck, and I'd like to see. I don't know how often does Salad top anymore. I don't think so, right?
No, not really. I mean, it's a competent rogue deck, but like I'd say it's there with like Cyber Dragon and fucking stupid stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Does it go back to being like the top, or go into the top if you unban the things that are banned or limited?
I don't know. I think that's one of those like I'd have to see it. You know what I mean? But like I don't think so personally.
I don't think so either.
I mean, we're to the point now where it's just like the decks are so good. I don't think Salad even like fully unbanned. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't fucking know. I don't play the deck enough to like know it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I actually play the deck more, I might have a real opinion on that. But like I just own it and don't play it. So.
Well, I'm even thinking in my head like Thunder Dragon. You think Thunder Dragon would even compete with like the top stuff?
100%.
You think?
Oh yeah. That's actually one I have seen. As I've seen a ton of people say that they think Colossus is going to come back because they're reprinting Colossus.
And what?
I don't know, but there's a video, there's an M. Cole video where he talks about it, and if you go to like M. Cole's page, you'll see it. It's like the thumbnail is just Colossus, but they're reprinting it in something coming up, and I think that Thunder Dragon could immediately be a meta deck with Colossus unbanned.
I'm surprised how much Colossus is right now. I'm looking at it. It's like baffling.
Well,
How much it
it
is.
sucks. I almost bought it after the last ban list. This happens every ban list. It's Colossus and what's that fucking card? Masterpiece. Like, I'm sure if you look at Masterpiece right now,
Why is Masterpiece not off the list?
it's just a fucking wicked good card.
I think it could come off.
I do think it could come off, but it is a wicked good card. My argument's always been that there's that other one that like I use in Weather Painters, the True Draco Metaltron 13, the True Draco Combatant. That one is like the same thing as Masterpiece, but it needs 3 tributes, and technically its effect is worse because Masterpiece is just like a quick effect. Your opponent has to send a monster from hand or field to grave, which is a great effect. But the other one can summon off anything you want from your deck or extra deck, so it's like Awakening the Dragon. So I kind of like the other one more. It's cooler. But I guess it does require 3 tributes to Masterpiece, only 2.
Yeah, you're using a lot of material for that. The other one.
Yeah. But I guess maybe I just prefer it because it is really nice in Weather Painter, you know? Because you have the continuous spells and traps, so like it's just immune to everything. But in Masterpiece, only 2.
You ever watch those videos that like Simo and all them post? Or no, Farfa I think does it. I think I've seen Farfa do it a couple times, maybe only once. I don't know. Where he goes down the ban list and like talks about which cards should be unbanned or but why is this banned? What is the purpose of this?
Yeah, I have seen that. I think they're interesting, but like most of the reasons some cards are banned are because of some weird fucking FTK. You know what I mean, or some shit where like they're just like never gonna come off because like it's just another FTK that gets enabled.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of them. I'm just going through. Even if you just go like on the very beginning of like the band page, I just see so many on here that are they're clearly just like combo extenders that like ruin the game. Like Link Cross is on here, and I remember the days when Link Cross came out with wasn't that also with Needle Fiber? Then those came out in the same set or something.
I don't know if they came out in the same set, but they definitely were obviously used together. But
And I'm also seeing like Glow Up Bulb on here. God,
yeah, I'm pulling it up now. I think there's a ton that could come off. Like Grinder Golem, I guess that one could stay banned, but like who cares at a certain point? Just fucking there's enough shit making tokens right now. Grinder Golem doesn't give a shit.
I mean, we don't have to go down the rabbit hole of all these cards. I
know,
like,
but I just pulled it up because
you
you had mentioned it, and it is kind of just like. Also, Lunalight Tiger I don't think really needs to be banned. Like that's kind of whatever in my mind. Honestly,
it was really good though, wasn't it?
It was good for like fucking like a month. it was when people played Orcust Lunalight. Remember they did it? It was actually wasn't that right? Was that when COVID happened? And there was like barely any events, and Lunalight Orcust like suddenly took the top deck or something like that. And like there was a PPG in the top game was like Lunalight Orcust versus Math Mech or something like that. Do you remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember the Math Mech, but Lunalight Orcust does sound very familiar.
Yeah, there was. I'm probably wrong with the COVID thing, but I could have sworn that was like early COVID time. It was like one last PPG, and that was the one that did it.
Just ruined it.
There's a lot of things in the ban list, though, I think. The Performage stuff and the Performapal, they're draw cards, but honestly, like, Performage and Performapal aren't doing shit. That was when, like, 1 bounce was cool.
Exodia to all the Exodia pieces to 3, let me tell you.
That would be insane.
I think it'd be so good.
That would be fucking nutty.
I don't see the problem.
I wonder what would you still even run, like how would you run an Exodia package if it was at 3? You know what I mean? Like I feel like you hit the point where it's like the Exodias would just end up being.
Want to run them as run one. Jesus,
yeah,
run them at 1. Yeah, run them at 1.
Yeah, because I've wondered that before. Like I don't know. I actually I tested an Exodia deck the other day, actually, and
for what purpose?
Just because I saw a video on it and it was interesting. It was DZ made a video on it, and he's been making a what the fuck are they called? Fortune Lady, Fortune Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
The whatever one is like the big one, because there's Fortune. I think there's both. I think Fortune Ladies is like the actual, like, they're not like little fucking 2-year-olds kind of thing.
Okay.
And they just are wicked good at drawing cards. And basically, you just run like them. You run the whole deck them, and then like 5 pieces of Exodia, and you just try to get it.
Well, I'm wondering if the actual problem would be that other Exodia card that's around. That's like for every card in your
Exodia
graveyard, it gets like a
Necros.
yeah, that one. Would that be an issue? Because if you had all of them, this card is destroyed when you do not have all 5 of these cards in the graveyard. This card cannot be destroyed. Yep. Increase the attack of this card by 500 points during each standby phase. That one's not good. Is there another one?
I have no idea. Honestly, I think they just have to keep it at 1. Like, I don't think it'll ever come off Exodia. I feel like they have to keep it at 1 because it's like Exodia.
It's just an auto win. Like you have to keep the auto wins off out of the game. It'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just like at a PPG event just drawing into Exodia?
I mean, there are other cards that ain't instant win. You know what I mean? But like,
not many. The ones that are in the game are like literally impossible. Like, can you even name some of the only one I can think of off the top of my head right now that's an auto win that no way I wish I could make a deck. This deck I wish I could perfect is the FA that FA continuous spell.
I forgot that has one. I mean,
like, why?
Well, there's that. There's a ghost trick that auto wins. Angel of Mischief auto wins you the game if you get 10 materials on it. And there's plenty of combos of people online doing it.
I feel like that one seems a little more obtainable.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's really like, well, I mean, I shouldn't say that, but it's probably hard. I've never done it, but like it's an auto win. You know what I mean? Like, it exists. I mean, there's also like Flying Elephant. That one exists. There was also remember when that pole position deck went around for a while?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't say auto win, but that is an auto win. Like,
literally auto win.
You can't do anything. You simply win.
Like,
I wish that deck won like a world championship.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish that Exodia would just like somehow win an event. I wish someone could like take it all the way. I'm sure like people have gotten like somewhat close or gone to like the quarterfinals or some bullshit like that with some BS rogue deck that just happens to play out. But could you imagine like if what's that is it a field spell or not a field spell? Final Countdown.
Oh yeah.
It's like with 10 turns, 20 turns, you just win.
Yeah.
Like that should be back in the game. That's all I'm saying.
Is that banned? That's not banned.
Oh, I thought that was banned.
No,
Final Countdown isn't banned?
No, that's 3.
Oh.
You can play that.
Well, then I wish someone would win with it. Why isn't anyone win with that?
Oh, sorry. I'm wrong. It's at 1. But
oh, okay.
I mean, people play it in Mystic Mind decks.
Do they?
Yeah, that's always.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, because you can use that in like field barrier, and you basically just hope that your opponent can't get past you.
You know what deck I really wish I could play, which is just got the well, it didn't
Kribo.
just get it, I guess.
Kribo.
No, Kribo. I love Kribo, but I think this is a auto win deck, kind of going the same theme. That one that you spell out something.
Destiny board.
Yeah, but didn't they change it to? Was it Death? Did they give did they release the new ones?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot they were doing that.
I wonder. I don't know if they released the hidden.
Yeah, the alternate art or the lost art. Rather.
Lost art. There we go.
Oh my god, who cares?
It's a different alternate art and lost art are different. I got some alternate art, Moonlight Chills the other day.
Yeah.
They're not as nice, but
is Moonlight Chill the one that they had to change the art?
What do you mean?
One of the ghost girls is a nun.
Oh no, that's Dogwood, I think.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because Moonlit Chill's in like the white robe. Yeah, spooky. It's like Spooky Dog. What the fuck's her name?
Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. Yeah. Whatever the hell that means.
It doesn't make sense at all, but I love the name. I love it. It's so funny. It is such a like, who gives a shit? I guess she does have a little dog, a ghost dog sitting next to her, but I don't know why dog would. But
I'm actually looking at the card now. It's funny to look at how they kind of changed it.
Did they?
It looks like they It looks like they just they like if you just went on paint and changed like okay this is black, okay let's just change that and put the paint can fill.
Yeah. You know what? I actually just I haven't realized this before. They did it twice.
What do you
Cause
mean?
like there's a ghost. God, I wish I could talk. There's a gold rare alternate art of the original art where they just take her hat away.
A gold?
Yeah.
What do you? Oh God, say this again. A gold art.
It's like a
The original art
maximum.
is Neostorm, right?
Uh. Oh, I don't know.
The original, I'm pretty sure, is Neostorm because the only other one is Dual Devastator, and I'm pretty sure that came after Neostorm. Neostorm, I think, had it first, and then I think the next one was Dual Devastator, but it's a different art in Dual Devastator.
Let me just look.
And then there's
That's
Maximum Gold, and then there's two different Maximum Gold arts, which is the two original arts, and then there's the Lost Art promo, which is just her in all black and with the like white accent.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm confused by what you said.
I thought the original one had her in the nun hat, but I guess it doesn't. I'm thinking of the Lost Art. When did the Lost Art come out for this?
Pretty, not like super recently, but fairly recently.
Yeah.
Within like the past year or two.
Okay. I never realized you can just sort by Lost Art cards. Do you know that?
Yeah, I do.
Do you play?
I would love to own all the Lost Art cards, which actually Chris and I were talking about. You know, Chris put on the screen when you edit this, but the coolest Lost Art that is ever going to come out. There's no way you can prove, or I guess tell me otherwise. I don't think there's going to be another cooler card. Is the Parasite?
That's cool. Yeah.
It is so much cooler than like that is a complete change of the card. I feel like all the other changes, like making this black instead of white, or even the Destiny board, just making it death. Like I guess that's cool. It's kind of cooler, but this one is like a complete change of the card. Like this guy is getting destroyed right here. I love it.
That is a wicked cool one. I never knew that
more murder.
I never knew that Skill Drain had a Lost Art.
What is that? Is it just like
honestly I can't even tell by looking at it. I looked at it and it just looks the same. I mean, I'm sure if you looked at them side by side you see something, but like I'm looking at it and I just don't see.
Does he have a cross or something on his?
No. I think it might be.
What's the difference?
He almost has like a face like under his head, like part of his body almost. That might be it. Maybe I've just never noticed that.
That's not it. That can't be it.
I have no idea.
It has to be something spiritual or deathly. That's like the big main thing when they change it.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't see it.
I have to look it up. I need to know. Oh, it's actually like a thing people talk about, the difference. People are confused on Reddit. What is the difference?
I'm sure there isn't one. Let's be real.
It doesn't look like.
Exodia's got a cool one. I like Exodia's.
What's the difference in this?
It's just a background. It's like a pentagram in the background. When in the normal Exodia one, it's like
pentagram.
It's like a I don't know, weird symbol, some shit like that. Lost Arts aren't that expensive. You can buy the most expensive one is $55.
I mean, that's fairly expensive. Which one is that? It's probably an actual like
Monster
big card,
Reborn.
Oh, that's and that's probably one of the coolest. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wish.
That is a sick one. It's not sick in like the same way as the others, but like it's just cool. It's just simply the better version. Like,
yeah, I agree.
That's all there is to it.
Chris, I need to know what the difference is here. You've like bamboozled me here. Why? I can't tell.
It doesn't even matter.
It does matter. I need to know.
Oh my sweet God.
It's like bothering me that they would change it so subtly.
There's a Fright Fur with one.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. It's not that good.
What's even different about it?
There's Sabers too has one.
Oh really? It's probably next to each other. I probably just passed it or something. Lesser Fiend has one. That's like one of my favorite cards when I was a kid.
Really not.
Wow, that shit looks so different.
Oh my God, I figured it out.
What is it?
It is so dumb. Like why this didn't have it in the first place like bothers me actually.
What is it?
The only way I could tell is that you have to look right next to each other, but the new skill drain or the Lost Art one has horns, but they blend so much in with his hat.
Oh. The other one doesn't have horns? That's interesting.
Like, can you
Honestly,
even tell?
I thought he always had horns. Quite frankly, I never knew that the skill drain we had he didn't have horns. Like if you had
I guess
asked me, I would have said it had horns.
I didn't even. God, that bothers
You know
me.
what's so
It
funny
blends
about
in
that?
so much.
I also was looking at Dark Ruler Hades, which is just a monster from skill drain, because he has
Yeah.
a Lost Art too, and it's probably the same thing.
Mhm.
It's probably just horns.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm not gonna go find the fucking original one.
I'm not looking back at it.
I'm not going back.
All right, enough about the Lost Arts. Let's talk about some sets coming up in the soon future.
What about?
I know we talked about this a little bit before. You're super excited for the fucking water support, which I'm about to just explode about.
Dude, I'm fucking yoked. Well, first of all, I've been wanting the water support. Part of the reason I'm so excited is I want to build a Kragan deck, but I just have no money for decks right now, so I haven't even attempted to touch Kragans at all. But
I did see someone post a Kraken deck the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool art." And I think the main boss monster has a cool art, but
yeah, it's a pretty sick. I just want to build like a water deck in general, like that's not like a water archetype, but like it's like this Kragan deck is like sharks and just like generic water support. Like you just turbo out into your rank 4. You know what I mean? But it's cool. I like it a lot. It kind of plays like zombies a little bit because it turns everything water, and then you can rival or goes and lock the field.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think there's not a single water deck. You know,
Like,
I
water
can't
decks are like by far my
say
favorite.
that. I hate water decks,
You
but
thinking Rika?
technically, Rika's one of my favorite
Okay,
decks,
let's be
and
real.
it's
That one
all
doesn't,
water.
that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
I know there's no reason that they're water whatsoever.
It should be an earth or a wind. Let's be real here.
No.
Maybe light.
Yeah, maybe they should be light or something
Divine
like
beast
that.
or something.
They're plants. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, yeah. Waters are
like-
definitely by far my favorite, though. I got like Plunder, Crystron, Marincess.
I don't think I ever put that together. I don't think I ever thought about all of those decks. Some of those too, wouldn't even consider water in my head.
Like what one?
Even Plunder, just because I guess they're on the sea, so that just makes them water. I guess the boats though, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, sorry, those aren't
Crystron.
water. The boats aren't water.
Okay, come on, those should be water.
Yeah. Well, the reason is because they
Well,
change
they
attributes and
focus
shit
on
like that.
typing, but yeah, I think the decks I have most are probably either dark or earth. I don't even care about attribute. Screw attribute.
Yeah.
Attribute
Attribute is
is
kinda
just dumb part of this game.
I mean, it kind of is, kind of isn't. I don't know. Water. I'm looking at my deck, seeing what else. Oh, Fluanderies, they're half water. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for waters for me. But
I think
4
I
decks,
just think
3.5.
dark decks are just the way to go. I mean, you get the most support. Everyone just loves dark decks.
Yeah, they are fucking crazy.
You can just throw Super Poly into any deck.
Yeah, it is degenerate. I
love it. No, not degenerate.
no,
Super
no,
fair.
no.
Chris and I have this argument that Super Poly is.
This
Chris
is going back. I that is the only card I think right now that like I have forever thought it should be on the ban list. Obviously, it came off like within 2 years ago or something like that. But no, fuck that. That is the dumbest thing that Konami's ever done. Is
no
allow that. Jack, we just so the viewers knew, the listeners, the watchers, we do tournaments every couple of months. I literally only won because I hard drew Super Poly both games last tournament. That's literally how I won. I still think that our tournaments Super Poly should be banned.
Nope. That only helps you. So no.
No, you literally lost the last tournament because of it.
Well,
And the only part of you that's saying no is because you have like 3 decks that the strategy is to Super Poly your opponent.
Well, not fully. One deck is fully all about that. What are the other 2?
The other 2 are just fuck. What do you mean? What are the other 2? You literally
have
have
to run them. It's not like fully the strategy. One of them is actually to run that. I mean, that's Lair of Darkness. Everyone. I mean, like, come on. You're not going to not run Super Poly and Lair of Darkness. But the other decks, I mean, I just
Zombie
run them.
World.
It's not like Zombie World. Sure. I mean, that's not the full strategy, though. I mean, the strategy I would say is to lock.
Yeah, but
you
let's
out.
be real. If you hard drew Zombie World or fucking Glow Up Bloom, which one are you gonna like more? Or not Zombie World, Super Poly or Glow Up Bloom? You're gonna fucking take the Super Poly any day of the week. Super Poly's a stupid card. It shouldn't exist. What makes it bad isn't even the fucking it's just a fact that fucking there's so many generic dumb fucking fusion monsters, which I guess Konami can't plan for, but like way back in the day they can't be like, oh, we're gonna make Super Poly someday, but like I don't know, fucking generic shit's stupid.
The cards that should be banned, there's 2 cards that should be banned. It's Mystic Mine and it's Dragoon.
I don't
the
think
only 2 cards that
I
need
don't
to be
think
banned in
either
my
of
head.
those need to be banned. Dragoon I can imagine, like it sucks when you're playing Rogue, but like at a certain point, like it's fucking, I just don't care anymore. Mystic Mine, I literally just simply don't give a shit about. Honestly, I think it's if your deck can't play around Mystic Mine naturally, I think you've got a problem with your deck.
That's not even the problem. It's just I have to sit there like and hopefully I just draw the Twin Twisters I have in my deck. I can't then any spell and trap removal that I have that's like a monster affiliated. Well, can't use that.
Yeah, but you can also you can do it.
No, you can no. You can no.
You can absolutely do it.
It's frustrating.
Just tie out monsters with your opponent, make your opponent have more monsters than you.
What if he doesn't play anything? I guess wait. I should say, what if they don't play anything?
Well, if they don't play anything, then you get yourself down to 1 monster and you make them take themselves out. Yeah, they've always got some monsters in there. They've always got like some. They've always got some like Raw Disciple bullshit or some shit.
Nah, it's
like,
just it's a degenerate card. If we can't have calamities, we can't have that.
No, Calamities is easier though.
It's not easier.
It is. It's in the extra deck. It's always available to you.
Oh my! Whatchamacallit, you can literally run 5 copies at this point. More actually. Couldn't you run 6 copies? You can have 6 copies of Mystic Mine.
Yeah, you could, but you also have at any point in your access very easily your extra deck.
You could stop me from doing like half of that though. Like you could stop me from doing turboing out level 9s.
You can stop you from turboing out Mystic Mine. What do you mean?
Even if I just play a Mystic Mine, like what is it? What card negates Mystic Mine?
Any quick effect spell and trap removal because it never like actually stays on field, so it gets no effects. And Solemn Judgment.
Okay, so
I mean any counter trap for the most thing. No, or you can just use what is in your power too, which is the extra deck. A fascinating thing. Which is always available.
Your whole argument is that we get the extra deck is always available. You have to do like an actual combo to get there, which is a little more like fragile than just getting one card that you could just have in your hand to start the game.
I mean, yes and no, not really.
You can't tell me that playing one card versus having the extra deck, going to the extra deck is easier. No.
You get Ash Blossom, you lose. Right there. The game's over. Terraforming, Ash Blossom. Oh, shit. Well, it was fun.
About the same
it was fun.
Stuff
That's when you slap the hand down. Absolutely not. There are so many other things. Extenders. Give me an extender. Give me an extender in Mystic Mine that's going to get you to Mystic Mine. What are you going to make Ancient Fairy Dragon pass? No, you can't. No, you can't.
Metaverse, you could set rotation. You could...
Cannot set rotation.
Why can't I set rotation?
I have to have 2 different field spells, different names. Mystic Mine doesn't do that.
I can run more than Mystic Mine in my deck. Those are those extenders you're talking about.
That's not what an extender means, but we'll pretend like you know what you're talking about. Let's keep going.
What do you mean? That's
not an extender. That is not.
That's part of the combo.
That is quite literally not what extender means, Jack.
Yes,
extending means one thing, and it means getting a free monster out. Is it an extender? It gets free monster out.
That is not what.
That is what extender means.
The main definition of extender.
Yes, it is. An extender quite literally gets you a free monster in field. That is what extender means.
I don't think that's
verbatim.
The literal definition. I'm
verbatim.
Pretty sure it's verbatim from what?
The game.
Where?
No one says extender. Like no one plays terraforming and goes, "Thank God I drew an extender."
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, it's not. So set rotation was an extender, but terraforming wasn't.
That's not what I'm saying.
Set rotation wasn't an extender, but terraforming was. Or are you talking about the Garnet in your deck, which also has a name for it? The
what?
fourth field spell that you're going to play for your set rotation.
I mean, you can play Necro
a Garnet, and an extender are now the same thing.
Or you could now just put it in a deck that uses other field spells, so it could be helpful. Like you could put it in that bullshit deck that you have that's not very good, but it's gotten better. The dark and light one, whatever the hell that one's called.
We're talking about Mystic Mine right now. Why are we talking about how set rotation fits into Dream Mirror?
Okay, I literally looked it up. This is the actual definition of extender in Yu-Gi-Oh. This is Yu-Gi-Oh fandom that like everything always pulls it up. It's not what your definition is wrong. A card that can either facilitate larger plays or allows for recovery to proceed with a current play. It doesn't mean you have to get another monster on free. It does not mean a free monster on field.
Simply a wrong definition.
That's not wrong.
From the fandom wiki, from the Yu-Gi-Oh,
yes.
You're on the fandom wiki and you're trying to use that as gospel right now. It's called the fandom wiki, and you're actually trying to quote from that.
Wait, where's your definition? Let me see where your definition is. I'd love to see that you argue with anyone else saying this.
Everyone's an extender is a monster. It extends your play, your turn. You extend with the card. That is what it does. Searching your field spell is not extending. That is not what that means.
It's simply it extends not what extending. Your combo, your whatchamacallit, your what you want to do.
No, that at that point, every card in your deck is an extender.
No.
Yes. If I play a card, does it help me out? It's an extender.
Okay, no, it's if it's not the main purpose, but it extends your plays to go further.
That is the worst way to classify anything by actually just going. You just said like all the gray space extenders, and then I threw it back at you, and you went, no. That isn't what I mean. I don't mean everything. That is that is literally what you just said.
Okay, well, even if I'm wrong with my definition of how I say it, your definition is too strict of what you're actually saying.
Absolutely
not true.
Absolutely not.
It's not. Does not just mean a free monster on field. That is false.
That is literally what an extender does. An extender gets you a monster on field. Yes, it is. There's a word for everything else. There's a word for everything else. There's literally a word for. Give me an example. It probably exists.
Give me a definition. Let me see someone actually saying it is exactly yours. Where I have actually found something that says otherwise.
Okay. Let's do that. Your example: set rotation.
Okay, no, you can say mine's wrong. I could say mine is wrong. Searcher, that's a searcher. Fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll admit I'm wrong there, but what you're saying is not the strict definition.
Yes, because give me an extender that doesn't just get a monster out.
All right.
Give me one that you would consider an extender.
Cut it here? Are you going to cut the video? It's going to take me a second to search something up here.
I do not think that any example you're going to give simply just isn't going to be an extender.
Goes into constant videos about just like things that search field spells or not field spells.
Yes,
things that
not
search
extenders
spells and whatnot. The cards that search other extra plays.
Jack, we just said that set rotation or terraforming is a searcher.
I'm off of that. I'm telling you, I was wrong. Okay, it's not. That is not an extender to the plays. That won't be an extender. You're right.
You're jumping. No, you're jumping over what I'm saying. Your example, M. Cole talks about cards that search spells and traps. They search. They're searchers. That's what they do. An extender is literally then you can do a play with an extender. Like an extender, Therians, they're all extenders. They do other things that help your play, yes, but they are extenders. The warrior one, let's be real, it's a warrior extender. Get a warrior engrave, summon a warrior. Boom, done.
So your definition is a card that goes on that just is a free card on field.
Yes.
I've not found that.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to give like a fucking Merriam-Webster, but like, sure, whatever.
Well, I gave you a definition of something. I don't know where your definition.
You gave a definition from the fandom wiki, the one people don't even use. Who uses the fandom wiki?
It has
Wikipedia all day. Yeah, sure. They have all those cards. Okay. It's fandom wiki. You can't ever just take something that has the word fandom in it and then go like, here's my example. This was written by a furry with a butt plug in, but
the fans came up with the words. Like, what do you want?
But Jack, again, this is like classic high school. You want some random Redditor going onto the Yu-Gi-Oh fandom because he thinks that terraforming's an extender?
Oh my god!
No,
this is like the argument of Wikipedia. Isn't like you can't use Wikipedia in anything. It can't be true.
100%. That is 100% like a valid, pretty valid reason. I literally did a final project in college where I had to make an accurate Wikipedia page, and I think I spent 15 minutes and I got a 92. It is like Wikipedia.
Was it accurate?
I got a 92 on it.
Is it still there? Where is it? Where's your page? Let's see if it's still there.
I don't remember what I did. Do you think that's the point? I don't remember what I did.
It sounds like a fall. It sounds like you're just telling a lie.
If that's how you want to get out of this argument, sure.
I'm not getting out of the argument. I'm just saying, like, it probably was screened out. They got rid of it.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. If it got screened out and got rid of, good. That's for the better. I don't give a shit.
So, like, that's
but
how
that's
it works.
but that's what I'm saying. Anyone can go on, and that's Wikipedia, by the way, not fandom.wiki. Okay,
I'm just saying
very
that these
different
words
pages.
are made up by the fans. Like, this isn't like Konami doesn't go, oh yeah, well, we call this an extender. Like, that's not.
Okay.
These are made up words.
Okay, yes, they are, but that doesn't mean you can still throw them around willy nilly. That's like if I drew Tour Guide of the Underworld and then went, fuck, I drew a Garnet. And then normal summoned it and comboed off. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I refer to it as a Garnet. I refer to it as a Garnet. Yes, and what you were saying is factually wrong.
I agree. What I said was not true.
Okay, so the argument's over. I got it on recording. Argument's over.
What you said was wrong.
We did it, folks. We did it.
Your definition was wrong.
No, my definition does not match the fandom. .wiki. That doesn't mean it's wrong.
Your definition is just straight up wrong, though. Like, even if it doesn't match the fandom, it's still wrong. It doesn't. Like, it does not mean a free monster on board. That's not exactly. That's not what it means.
And how is that factually wrong?
Because that's not what it's like. It doesn't just like kitty corner it into just that. There's more. An extender could be more than just that. At least I believe so.
I do not believe so.
Okay. Well,
because whatever you're gonna do, you search. Okay. Or summon monsters. It's like what Yu-Gi-Oh is. You search summon monsters. That's all you do. Negate things. Did you search it? Probably. Did you get a free monster on field? Did you do anything to do that? You just activated a card. You extended. Got a monster. It's quite frankly that simple. Did you negate me?
Okay.
You didn't search. You didn't extend. You hard drew it. Okay, that's just playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Just saying, man. Searchers and extenders. That's what this episode's called.
Yeah, you should. That's what the title should be.
Anyways, we're getting.
Do you have another topic? What
I was gonna say we're at 42 minutes.
42 minutes. Do you think the fans would want more?
Well, I was gonna say, how about we can do like one last closing conversation.
Oh, do you have anything else?
I was just gonna ask if there are any fun new decks you've been playing that you might want to mention.
Oh, well, I wanted to try Artifact.
Oh yeah, that came up already, right?
Yeah, I mentioned it, but I didn't really I haven't even put the deck together. And I tried to search that whole thing with Artifact using this card because it just seems like way too catered.
Oh, you have it already, right? It came out in Brothers Legend.
Yeah, I just have one. I only came to the idea because I pulled it randomly and was like, what the heck is this? Because it's cool. It's the cool goblin art.
Yeah.
I like it. It looks cool, but I can't find anyone running it. I couldn't find a deck that everyone was like, yeah. I found one, and someone had one card in it, but they had a bunch of replays, and it was never used. So I don't know if it even is worth using. So I have to try it out. But
I would consider it worth using. I mean,
I think it has to be.
I think honestly, I consider that almost just maybe not a better, but I think it would be a more preferable alternative to Artifact Ignition, in my mind.
I think you'd still run Artifact Ignition. I think this might be a 2-of just because it has a problem. What was there's one thing that it does screw up. I mean, I guess you'd have to have at least 2 set and set, and then you have to destroy both of those.
Yeah, but if you're playing pure, if you're doing this mixed, I don't think you'd be good with something. But if you're playing artifacts, you're gonna have 2 set. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only other
and they don't even have to be monsters. Just one has to be a monster, right?
Oh yeah, just 2 set cards, and if any of them was a monster, you get to do the second effect.
Yeah.
You can only activate once per turn though, which is might be kind of cloggy if you run 3.
Yeah, so I don't know. I would almost imagine they can search spells, their own spells and traps, right? Doesn't Vajram or something search a...
See, there's so many of them that I've never looked at because they're never you don't run them unless you're playing the actual artifact. I have no idea. I assume they have to. I mean, what else are they going to do?
I think Vajram searches one or something like that. But if it is searchable, I would probably run 2 of the Fang card and then 1 of the Ignition, since they're almost interchangeable. And if I want the Ignition, I can search the Ignition. But then you're still running 3 copies overall. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what I would do.
I've been playing that, and then Jinzo. I played it the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I've used that for a hot second, and it was kind of fun with that. I like that little spicy card, the Inferno Reckless Summon.
Yeah, yeah.
that you can special summon as many of one card's name, and like half them are considered Jinzo in the deck.
That's
So
like
it's like, oh yeah, just spawn the field.
that's like when you use like machine dupe in Cyber Dragon, and because all the Cyber Dragons, the small ones, are kind of Cyber Dragon, you know. So you like machine dupe Cyber Dragon, you get 2 Cyber Dragons versus like whatever one you have on field.
Yeah,
It's like the same thing. Well, I've been playing. I don't know if you've seen me play this yet. I know Ethan has, but I've been playing Volcanics lately.
Oh.
Which have you seen that at all? Me play that at all?
No. I know you've mentioned you like it, but
oh yeah, it's an interesting. The only reason I started playing it is because recently we hit 1,000 days. Not recently, but like a month ago, we hit 1,000 days without volcanic support. And that was like a big. If you
that was the reason.
Yes, did you not? That was like for like a week. People were only talking about volcanics. Did you not notice that? Go on, and there. No, but that's the whole fucking point. There's literally a guy on Reddit who posts every day, and it's just him going like, day 1014 without volcanic support. That's all he does. He posts that, and they hit 1,000, and everyone, like, I saw DZ, Farfa, MBT, like everyone was just doing volcanic for like a week or something like that. And it was because it was just like they were like, oh, might as well check it out, and it's kind of cool. It has a trap card that like it pitches a volcanic from hand to draw one, and then one of the volcanics, when you pitch them from hand, it sends the other 2 of that copy from deck, so you get like all 3 engrave, and then it burns your opponent for 15, and then Regekis their field.
Damn.
And then you run like a bunch of spells or a bunch of like Jar of Avarice and shit like that, where you like shuffle your graveyard back in and like draw a card, roll Firestorm cards, you shuffle your fires back in, draw 2, stuff like that. And then it's just like a bunch of traps and, you know, generic like shitty archetype need stun strategy type deal.
So you gonna buy it?
It's cheap. I was thinking about it, but I just haven't bought it for real because like it's one of those decks where like you and Ethan aren't gonna want to play it. So like at a certain point, it's kind of like, why buy it? You know?
Yeah.
Just because it is that there's more often than not your hand is like set 4, set 5 pass. You know, it's like one of those decks where it's like, oh yeah, Solemn Judgment. Oh, what was that? Oh, Torrential Tribute. Oh, sorry.
Well, I guess you could play it against like Ethan has a bunch of stuff like that, and so
yeah, I know, but yeah, yes. The difference is I'm a good enough human that I don't try not to buy decks like that all the time.
It's if you haven't found out, Chris, just everything that Chris does is great. You know,
it is. It really is. I mean,
he buys the right decks. He knows everything too.
Yeah. I mean, I am like
the almighty.
I am the perfect, just a perfect human overall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like every aspect of my life is just like I'm like a biological marvel. Really, it's kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, good. There was one other thing I did want to bring up to you, and maybe we can end it on this and as a little teaser. Maybe I don't know if anyone will care, but I got a little teaser.
Okay.
I was going through my bulk the other day, and I have a lot of old bulk for anyone. I mean, for the people that don't know, all my stuff, like I came from the bottom. Started in 2002. Let me tell you. And I was like, oh, let me pull these aside. Maybe I could make a goat deck or something.
Did you manage something?
Oh, I don't have something yet. No.
Oh.
Just I pulled out a lot. I found a lot of staples. I was like, okay, these definitely need these.
Cool.
But there's something in the works, I think, maybe for an in-person goat deck.
Oh, cool. That's what I like to hear. I think that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. Is like, I have like half of what I need for the goat decks I want, and I just need to like finish them up. You know.
I will say I'd like in the next video I'd like to talk about goat decks, because you said something in the when we were playing the Game Boy game. I guess we could also talk about in that video too. But you talked about how it's the same thing as goat format. And I disagree. I don't think it's the same.
In what way do you disagree?
Well, yeah, I guess you'll have to go tune in next time.
That's like not even a statement you can say. I mean, other than the fact that you're not running set decks. Is that what you mean? Like you're running one-ups and stuff?
We cannot. I'm not divulging, Chris. It's a teaser.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's supposed to tease.
Okay. Well. I'm glad you guys got your dicks wet for nothing. Thanks for coming to the podcast.
I'm glad you came to the podcast where it was really, let's just talk about this. And then towards the end, it was like, Chris, what? No.
Jack, you're the exact embodiment of like a just a tip girl.
Good.
It's fine to know that.
All I can offer is just the tip. So
you're quite literally the person who's like, no, just a tip, and then they put it in. And you're like, okay, night's over. Night's over.
I'm good. I'm done. All over.
That is you to a T. Okay,
to
well,
thanks. Tip.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for joining us. Come back
Appreciate
next time. You think it's gonna be a weekly thing, Jack? What are you thinking?
I think I mean, I guess it depends on people like it. I mean, I like to sit in the car. And, oh God, Jesus Christ! Good night.